Now I remember why the ships had side ports and all that. What they would do is they would open up the ports, and because a sailing ship, it gets when it gets stuck up against ice, it can't exactly back up, and you can't exactly just turn. I mean, you can't. I mean, what are you going to do about the ice next to you? So that's why they had so many gun ports on the side, is so they could take the guns and go boom and blast a hole next to it, so they could get the ship to turn around, because they had to basically be able to turn around, which basically meant a lot of shots side to side. So they would literally sit there and go blam, 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 and basically pound the ice next to it to get the ship to turn around and then go back out. And basically they, because you're always tacking in a thing to go up a way, so you always have your side to the path you're going. So they really didn't need guns in front of them, because of the fact that they're not going, sailing ships don't go straight, they go side to side. So when they were side tacked, they would fire, boom, 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 and break the ice next to them where they were going to go. And then they would tack and turn around, and they would be coming back and going boom, 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 and then tack and then come back and then boom, 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 boom. And they would basically just get through the ice that way if the ice was too thick. Of course, that's only how many cannonballs do you have. So, and cannonballs don't exactly float, so they could only go so far in the ice. But luckily, they didn't really go any further than they could. The basic idea, I think my rule was pretty much go as far as you can, and when you can't go anymore, use the cannons to turn yourself around and head back out, because you know it's going to freeze over. So, and those are all the cannonballs you have. So pretty much, and that's why ancient ships had cannons, so they could go as far as they could go and then turn around and go back out, because it was only going to get worse. So either they made it to their destination or they didn't. They turned around and went home, or the nearest port that would be open. So anyway, that's why they had cannons, so many cannons to the side. I was wondering about that. I was like, I know they didn't use them for war. So what they use them for? I was like, oh, the ice. That's right, because I had the biggest ice ships of all. Like, my ice ships could go almost anywhere. Straight push. Or what's it called? Although you needed a really massive ship. The ships had to be really big and really heavy to actually be able to get anywhere through ice. I think at most I could break, like my ships could get through about 2 or 3 inches of ice, and then 4 inches of ice, and then 5 inches of ice, and then that was basically it. The 6 to 8 inch number of ice was really like my limit as far as sailing ships. They really couldn't get all that far unless they wanted to use a lot of cannons. But they got better at that. And with the steel ships, they could get through, I think, 8 and 12 inches of ice, which is a lot of ice, really. There was a lot of money spent in research on icebreakers, actually. Getting up to the Arctic positions was actually rather expensive, and probably a waste of money, really, when you get right down to it. But it's something I was funding.